Before I kick off, just wanted to say if you want to support what I do on the channel, please consider pledging to my Patreon linked below. It's really needed right now, and it would mean the world to me.
People.
人とモンスターは決して相入れることはない。
Milan from Tensura. Danmachi really not trying to shy away from its darker tone right here. Had to show that first and then talk over it because my god, the visual effects were stunning, and I do believe done by hand. I liked this little moment from him, shown via his facial reactions, as he's clearly set on doing something, but still slightly in the background struggled for a second with the notion that it's a monster. I'm gonna be real, that right there rivals any beautiful shots from even the likes of Jobless Reincarnation, that does. This gets a win because it genuinely shocked me. I'm so used to them all being friends, so when they all go into attack mode in his direction, it's a heck of a shock. That's just a plain old good moment where I come from, the moment she spoke for the first time and their collective reactions. Really speaks to his credit that even while surrounded by his friends looking at him like this and telling him no, he's still sticking to what he knows in his heart is the right thing to do. They always do a good job, I think, of setting up events behind the scenes without dumping exposition or having the characters speak in ways that make you scratch your noggin all confused like. Also though, the narrator from JoJo, like all of JoJo. It's a brand new season, for me anyway, and so this must get a win. This short scene just really had me admiring the internal and external set designs in this one. Like, they're beautifully done. A really clever use of CGI. A decent way of telling us that this issue of talking monsters or monsters with intelligence may be far more widespread than initially thought. Well, that was a stupidly adorable reaction, wasn't it? This girl, monster, is full of adorable moments, it seems. Small thing, but I just adore the way she says his name. I'll avoid directly showing that, as it was gnarly, but all the same, big plot twist to happen there all of a sudden. The voice actress does a seriously great job of selling this scene, I must say. That's the kind of dude he is. Every season I end up liking Bell more and more than the previous one. Some legit good looking grub. This is why he's one of my favourite voice actors, is for a performance like that as she bursts into the men's baths. Also though, I really couldn't find a decent shot to show that YouTube wouldn't mind, but the female bath scene before it. This super sweet scene after Wolf trimmed her dangerous nails back. It made me chuckle with the reactions, but it soon turned very sweet when everyone answered her that they love Belle. That's why I like him so much. Suddenly things aren't so rosy, as she tells of a dream where she hurts people for no reason. Showing this because they actually poured some seriously impressive looking animation into this moment.
簡単に諦めたくねえな。
Oh, that's a good twist! She isn't just some monster, she was their monster and being kept there.
ってことでイケロス様、今回もお力を貸していただけませんかね。
Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter!
それが主審に物を頼む態度かよ。
Kazuma from Konosuba! A very good OP right there, does the job of having a decent song while showing all of the characters from the past and this season, and it gives us tons of great animation throughout too.
確かにあまりホームを開けたくはないな。2人は留守番となると3人だけで19階層行きか。
I'm glad this was addressed. You never want to leave your home completely empty, and so this was pretty clever of him to mention.
の務めがありますので。
ベルクラネル、
アイシャさん、どうしてここに？
要はあんたたちの護衛か。いいよ、私が引き受けてやる。
本当ですか？
The fact that this lady is still in this anime. So glad they left on such good terms at the end of the last season to allow for this to happen.
今度こそは合意の上で。
離れなさい、アマゾネス。
Two wins here. Firstly, this is something that happened in the anime, and it was nice to see that she too does like Belle, as is revealed by her taking action here. But also it reminded me that the sound effects are bloody brilliant in this series. The crashing sound was amazing.
先に私が味見しといてやるから、そっちは手をつなぐところから始めてな、エルフらしくね。
Damn, man! She's awful forwards, isn't she? Originally, I was gonna say this is so close to 2 max wins, but to be honest, between how she looks, how smooth the animation was on the attacks, and then those beautiful sound effects, it does get it. Makes total sense for Belle as a character to struggle with taking out monsters who are the same type as the girl. I mean, my god, who even made this and why aren't they super famous?
やっぱりリュウさんたちに一言言ってくるべきだったかな。
How the visuals change in the dungeons level sometimes? Like when they were first here it was clear and now it's super misty.
同胞の匂いがする。
なんだ。
The studio does such a good job of setting up scenes like this and almost making it creepy in a way.
この閉ざされた奈落ではなく、光の世界で羽ばたいてみた。
The story only getting more and more interesting as we now meet another, like, I'm gonna call her V. The visuals and the sound effects on that awesome looking exit.
喋るビーブルって知ってるか？もし何か知ってたら奇遇だね、ベル君。
ヘルメス様。
That was seriously so well done. It got so damn tense there for a second, and then luckily he turned up before Belle could answer, and his lie could be found to be just that, a lie.
リリたちとウィーヌ様は一緒にはいられません。彼女はモンスターです。
I hadn't expected this to happen so soon. Naturally, yes, at some point, because it's tension in the story and easy to use, but yeah, episode 2 and they're all backing down from a counter-argument here. It's nice to know, though, the notion of her having heard their conversation made her react in this way, almost looking like regret more than anything else. V shows a very human element to herself by rushing in without a care for the consequences to help out a total stranger. Haha, very good twist that I hadn't considered. In fact, the recent events made me forget that she too was looking for V earlier on. That's well played and keeps the heat off Belle and the family.
あれはリリースケだな。
You know what? Keep the last win because it's still shocking, albeit for another reason. But dumb old me never knew that that was her. I thought they were 2 different people. Oopsie.
地下の隠し部屋。僕たちのホームです。
That's awesome, heading back to the old home from season 1 and most of season 2. They genuinely have some of the best looking city and scenery shots in all of anime. Shockingly good looking. classic by the numbers ED there, nice and relaxing song to drift off to, pleasant visuals of all the gods and their family members, and then the main family at the end. Very nice. Things like this and a few examples I went over in the second season do a nice job of letting us know how important the guild is in this world, both its weaknesses and its strengths. I feel so smart I wrote the last win and then this happens moments later. Let's go! Putting what looks like actual writing on this letter rather than just scribbles.
そもそも行けるのか？俺たちだけで20階層に全員が初めて行く階層だ。
Really glad he mentioned this quite obvious question, as 20 floors down is really far, but also it helps raise the tension of what is to come, putting them against something serious.
ごめん。こんなことになって。
ウィーネ様を助けたこと、どうか後悔しないでください。
I like this scene because it actually highlighted to me how much everyone cares about Belle, and as much as some wouldn't admit it, V as well, since they're all happy to do this regardless. Really great mixture of CGI and animation there. The city in the background though.
眷属が立った後、第7区画4番街路へ来られたし、神聖文字でのメッセージなんて。
Ooh, and things just get more and more intriguing, not focusing everything on Belle and crew, but instead what she's up to with this dude as well. Nicely played. The fact that they didn't rely heavily on CGI for magic effects is really to the studio's credit.
今回のミッションは君の独断か。
そうだ。
ベル君たちは無事なんだろうな。
Revealing bits and bobs here and there without giving too much away. Like, we know he gave the guild the mission to give to them, but who is he to be able to do that? Them all being badasses, but especially the temp leveled up wealth kicking ass here, just like he does in the Trails games. The power of a magic sword being used, and again, I don't think I could really see any CGI at play. Wealth being a badass like it's no big deal.
モンスターはいますか？
自分は感知できていません。
見られている。
Man, they are stupidly great at creating these scenes in the anime from the manga, especially the sound effects. I think the studios maybe poured more creativity into the battles than even the last two seasons. Look at how the characters jump and move within the scene and it doesn't cut away. Looks amazing. The fact that V is actually protecting them with her wing, albeit fails to continue doing so here, at least she still does it. That was so damn cool. Reminded me of when Sanji, Zoro and Pell, I think, guarded Vivi in One Piece at the end of the Arabasta saga. So sick! I totally forgot about this and how awesome it sounds and looks when it happens. It was even better than I thought it'd be. They can have max wins for that. Well, in no way, shape or form was this what I thought was going to happen. Plot twist! Kawaii! Credit to the animators for putting in the work on this scene, which I don't think has any CGI either. They're all so varied. It's nice how he finds strength by looking at V and remembering what kind of person, rather than monster, she is, and so follows through with the offer of a handshake.
人類とモンスター、その共存の道への架け橋だ。
I must say that this season has taken a much different route than I thought it would, and I'm actually happy with it.
新しい同胞と初めての人間の客がやってきた今日を祝って
I always feel like there's no expense spared when creating these scenes. It's like it's brimming with life and energy.
その装備ってやっぱり冒険者から。
ああ、ベルッチたちもモンスターを倒したら爪や牙を持って帰るだろ。
それはそうですね。
What could be a weird sticking point for Bell and his crew is turned into something more natural when he brings up the fact that they take things from monsters that they do away with too.
リド、こんなくだらないことはやめさせろ。所詮その者たちは人間だ。信じるに値しない。
I literally don't even have to Google this. I can hear that it's Endeavor from My Hero Academia immediately. Such a great voice actor. Does a ton of voices throughout One Piece too.
理性を宿すゼノスはモンスターにさえ襲われる。阻害と排斥だ。
He raised a great point here that I hadn't thought of till now, that monsters have also been attacking the Xeno, which at the very least puts them into a different category to other monsters.
ガネーシャ
俺がガネーシャだ
I forgot about this totally hilarious dude from the second season.
俺っちはあの夕焼けがもう一度見たい。
私は光の世界で羽ばたいてみたい。
I must say that they have some lovely and poetic goals as their driving reason to go to the surface.
俺っちたちを受け入れてくれる人間がいたってことが、ベルッチたちに出会えてよかったぜ。
I like him and this very wholesome scene. He's like a lizard version of Ichiban from Like a Dragon.
モンスターの強い象形か、あるいはダンジョンの石か。
I do like the idea here that there are things about monsters and about the dungeon that even the gods have no idea about. Makes things feel far more grand in size and scale as a result.
モンスターを殺すことをためらわないでくれ。俺っちたちに気を使って迷わないでくれ。躊躇したらベルッチが死んじまう。
Nice callback to an earlier moment that I winged where Bell hesitated for a moment when faced with a monster looking like V.
俺っちたちはまだ地上では生きられないやつもいない。一緒にここで暮らすんだ。
また会えるから。
Oh, a very sad scene, and yet I had a feeling it was coming. Well done.
どうして里を移動するの？
万が一の襲撃を警戒して場所を変えるんだ。
Credit to them for including this. When they said they were moving village, I was like, okay, not going to tell us why. Then this happens.
誰かの泣いてる声が助けてって。
待て、ラギ。お前たちだけでは危険だ。すぐに応援に行く。
に
本当に泣けるじゃねえか。モンスターってのはよ。
Like I've been saying, the studio fits these moments together from the manga perfectly, really rising the tension and giving us legit shocking moments. This is one such example.
ダメだ、ディックス。
Not gonna show it, but the griffin gets stabbed multiple times after being brought down, and the win is for making me care by showing the whole prior end of the last episode. It hurt to see. Yup, it just is well done. This happens, the Spider Girl gets a couple legs lopped off. It's a nasty scene, and like I said, they do a really good job of making us, the viewer, care.
何をコソコソしてやがる。
雲の糸。
Although it's annoying the plan didn't work, it's definitely worth a win because this is an anime. That never happens. Someone plans something, it's gonna work, you know? He finds out right away. Really glad she was able to do this to these absolutely horrible freaks. To be honest, massively unexpected that this would happen at all, that she'd take herself out before allowing them to, well, you likely remember or got the gist of what they wanted to do anyway. And that right there is the reason why he's one of my favourite voice actors in the game right now, especially as Gamagori in Kill la Kill. He should have got some kind of award for that. Seriously man, the cinematography is really great on the fights. They may often be short, but a heck of a lot is packed into them. Well, hey, I was wondering when she was going to be making her first appearance this season.
モンスターのせいで誰かが泣くのなら、私はモンスターを殺す。
Belle must be feeling seriously alone right now when even she, who he kinda low-key loves, is thinking the same way. Also, this shot of the city though, goodness me! And another one, you just know that took someone forever to create.
ミッションに参加する者は我々に組みする者で厳選走行しろ。そしてベルクラネルをミッションに組み込め。
Things are really starting to hype up and heat up. I think it's really good how they also logically find a way to include Bell rather than it appearing super far-fetched.
大気だ。ふざけんな。ガネーシャの連中に任す必要がどこにある。
It's a new season, and so the fact that Bakugo is still in the anime gets a win.
ウラヌスも後ろめたいことがあるよね。
At the same time, it'd be the height of silly to ignore the fact that she's still in the anime too. Totally my waifu.
あんたはベルクラネルを気に入っているようだから言うけど、あの坊やはヤバい橋を渡らされる。
わかりました。私も行かせてもらいます。
This lady might act tough and that she doesn't care, but by her bringing this information regarding Bell heading down to the 18th floor to her, she clearly cares deeply for his well-being.
さて、どうするかな。
God, I hate these people. Well done to the studio for making me feel that way too. It's pretty rare for me.
姉者、いいのか？私たちの主はガネーシャだ。
Double kawaiis!
貴様らからは匂うラーゲの毒の香りが。質問に答えろ。東方はどこだ。
Genuinely happy that justice could reach these scum before any other humans got in the way from the surface. That's definitely worthy of a win.
でかしたぞなんとか。
自分はモダーカです。いい加減覚えてください。
わかってるかんとか。
This whole scene kind of come out of nowhere and really had me laughing, constantly getting his name wrong. Also though, Aki from Chainsaw Man.
モモンガ、リビラへ向かい、生存者がいないか確認しろ。はい団長。残りのものは私に続け。東へ向かう。
They do it again right after. You can hear him agree randomly and then protest that it's not his name at the top. These three watching over Bell, well, not the third girl, but these two carefully watching over him does make me smile.
どうしてここに来たベルッチ。
At least Bell got there in time and is clearly making it look like they're in the middle of a fight and taking it away from others' eyes. At least she seems to be trying to KO them, then do away with them if you catch my drift.
した連中を殺したくてしょうがねえ。俺っちたちはウィーネたちを助けに行く。
The voice actor does such a great job of beautifully relaying these feelings of pure rage at what happened to his people.
イビルスの存在を私は決して許すわけにはいかない。そんなものにあなたを少しでも関わらせたくはない。
Nicely making this part of the overall story, and it clearly involves her past in one way or another, but it's good to see a widening of the story at this midway point. Well, that was really awesome!
ダンジョンとは違う。明らかに人工物だ。信じられん。
I adore mysteries like this, like who built the tunnel, when, and how did they manage something that seemingly no other human has managed?
待ってるだけって辛いよね。僕いつもそうなんだぜ、ベルフ君。
I thought this was a lovely little statement from her and spot on as well. It's not something I'd considered in regards to how she feels when they all enter the dungeon. Glad that was added.
地上でゼノスたちを売り払っているならオラリオのどこかに拠点があるはずだろう。
確かにその可能性はあります。
Wolf coming up with a great idea that at the same time keeps that large part of the crew active on the outside. Finding a way to involve this guy again from the second season and to link into things he said back then to what is happening now. Just feels like the mangaka had this all planned out. I know it's a trap, but I cannot lie, it feels so damn good to see them breaking out all their people like this.
ベルッチ、あの時の小僧。
Bell and the skeleton have turned up in time. Finally getting to learn more about the gods, this city, and who built it, as well as the same for the dungeon.
全てはクノッソスを完成させるため。
ゼノスを捕獲し売りさばいていたのも金策の一つということか。
I like how an actual reason was given for all of this. The capturing of monsters, the building of their own kind at entrance to the dungeon, and so on. Oh snap! You don't even need to tell me who this is. I already know it's the dude Itchy Lizard said was the strongest among them, and he's on his way to help. Let's continue to go. Darth Weirdo, Mal Liao, Nick Wyndham, The Elementator Wars, Christopher Willis, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Mini Masher, Marquez, Nazomi, Orkeeper, Otter A. Bodonisi, Steelers, The Epicommander, Bird Without a Word, Brandon Creer, Brian Bayot, Cameron, Christian Tuasa, Commander Chris, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Aaron Winters, Guru, I Am Here, James Tafoya, Your Edvinson, Kevin Elston, Cumfoik, Kylie Wub, Lisa Marie Timp, Luis Minito, Magnus, Mr. Mansu, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Ruby Rose, Satakayari, Zion 44, Sean, The 100s, Tiger Lily Warrior, Sumi Bito, Ajoka, Alexander Schwartz, Ali 50, Amadillo, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dante Soul, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Def the Kid 123, Devon, Dragon Defender, Esso, Garrett Vermish, Gibbs, Hoof to Lowe's Ritter, Israel Caldera, Jason Davies, John, Juffa 6263, Kelnock, Kevin Nelter, Kevink 102, Knuckle Duster, Kai 158, Kyle Jones, Laxor, Laxus, Liam Gagati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Marvin, Matthew Blansett, Michael Lewis, Modiverum, Monty, Mudini, Mr. Firecool, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, 9028, Ollie the Mighty, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Oscar I. Lopez, Owen Halloran, Q Flash, Ryan DeVries, Sarcastic Truth, Snow, Stan, Storm 970, TRS, The Danish Muggle, Thrasher 340, Vernon Hogan, Will Sass, Willie Man,